Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play clock down. Now, the good news, Coach, is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken very short. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ran. 22 jet bombers.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
7 yards there and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Trubisky will throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Alert. Check. Check. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crunch. Middle. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Motion. Half. Hey, 58's the money. 58's the money. I got it.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They still need 6 yards here on third down after the penalty. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the third time in 4 NFL seasons. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Watch twins. He's coming.
On 2nd and 12, Allen looking for Cooper. That's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good game. Well, they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now Allen looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Going for it on 4th down. Allen. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Aaron Lynch. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Mike, get up! 180! Mike, forward. Defense wins championships, baby!
First down, a run with Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check three, check three! 18. Red, go! Right there, 54, right there. Hey, orbit! Check the outs, check the out!
Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And this one hauled in by Tavon Austin. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions, and you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year, but he's really on the uptick. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right. That is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
58, Bravo!
Allen throwing again. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score.
I'm going back to you.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 3rd and long, it's Allen eluding the pressure right. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That good for 19 at a first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. Into the secondary again. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Alert. 54. Bud. 3 buzz. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. It's just
now it's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. This one into the hands of Burton. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
0-0, Mike 3. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 3. Combo.
Alert.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Go! 180! Come here, alert!
On 3rd down, Cohen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Come on, fellas.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Let's go!
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
Switch. He's crashing.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
Again, it's Cohen. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 20 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? 56.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Alpha. 58, Mike. Let's go, D.
Pass 85.
36.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. On second and very short. Allen. That's complete to Cobb. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
14-yard line.
40-19. Alert. Hey, home.
44 to Mike. Hey, that's good.
Protein spill.
Check 20.
Alert. 56.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. 20! And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 21st touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point safely through, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. Flushed out right. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Elliott, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Yo! Switch! Alert! Smooth!
To throw again. Allen. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Elliott. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you! Spawn!
Hey, tight.
Yo! Check 99! Slitter!
Alert!
Allen now looks to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
Allen on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
Ringo!
Hey, tight.
58, Mike.
Hey, watch it.
Allen. Oh, no, lost the football.
That's how we do it.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Trubisky. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
Back to throw. Allen being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Man up, D. Man up, D. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. 50
back to throw. Now a desperation throw. He's got it at the 15. Give him 32 on the play. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hey, let go. Five wide.
Tighten up. Jack.
Alert.
Safe.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
44, Mike, 44. Let's go. 44's Mike, 44's Mike. Check. Target. Check the backer.
Middle.
Crunch.
Alert.
Whip.
To throw is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner Kyle Fuller. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.